Oh my God, when it comes to numerology, your numbers are 2020 when it comes to this week. And this means that right at the beginning of this week, you are going to have such a beautiful, such an enlightening experience. It is all going to start the moment in time you talk to this person right at the beginning of this week. You will be talking to this person. You are going to be talking about, you're going to be talking about all sorts of subjects. You're going to be talking to somebody who is really lovely. You're going to be talking to somebody who is really nice. You're going to be talking to somebody who you obviously get on with. This person knows a lot about you, and you know a lot about this person, and most importantly, you get on, in general. This could be like a really great friend of yours, or this could be like your partner if you've got one, or this could be your family member. It is somebody who you normally, open up to, somebody who you normally talk to, and somebody who you normally freely talk to about all sorts of things, all sorts of subjects. And it really depends what exactly you are gonna be talking about to have this enlightening moment in time. And the reason why you are going to have such an enlightening moment in time, it's only because through you, or by you talking to this person, your eyes are going to open, you are going to awake, you are going to have such a powerful moment, and all this is going to happen so unplanned, so spontaneous, my gorgeous Leonie. You are going to have this awakening moment, and you are going to open your eyes. You are going to realize exactly what has been causing such an imbalance in your life. This imbalance has been making you feel like you are having a lack of ambition in general. This imbalance was making you feel really kind of unstable. It was causing this instability in your life in general. And this imbalance was also like kind of causing a lack of motivation as well. You don't like when you don't have motivation. Nobody likes, when we feel like this, of course, but in particular, when it comes to you, my gorgeous Leonie, you do get kind of affected by things like this quite a lot. So therefore, this is going to be such a priceless, such a powerful moment in time. Do you understand what I mean? So it's all going to start at around the beginning of this week when you have this conversation with this amazing person, somebody who is in your life, and through this person you are most certainly going to realize something so big. You are going to open your eyes. You are going to have this mind-blowing awakening moment in time, because you are going to clearly realize and understand, what has been causing such an imbalance in your life. This has been causing like lack of ambition. It has been like causing this instability in general, and it has been causing lack of motivation as well. So therefore, it's not only about you being able to identify this. The moment in time you identify this, at that moment in time you will ground yourself. At that moment in time you will recenter yourself. At that moment in time you will reconnect with yourself, which means that on another hand, you will see how you're gonna feel so much more optimistic, so much more open-minded, so much more daring in general. You're gonna feel ready to take on the world, to be quite honest with you. You're gonna be in such a good mood, after that moment in time. And most importantly, you are indeed going to be ready to have some kind of adventure. You are going to be ready to have some kind of adventure. Trust me. And this is why this is going to be so good for you. And maybe like about a day or two after that moment in time, and we are still, do you know what I mean? We are still at around the beginning of this week. This is still happening at around the beginning of this week. You are going to have this brilliant, absolutely brilliant financial opportunity. My gorgeous Leone, you are going to have this brilliant financial opportunity. And you know how everything is connected. Let me tell you something. If you didn't realize what has been causing an imbalance and lack of motivation and lack of ambition, for example, if you didn't realize this, I'm afraid you wouldn't be ready to take this financial opportunity on. You wouldn't even notice this financial opportunity that you are going to become aware of within the next couple of days after this moment in time. So to be quite honest with you, it's all boiling down to this financial opportunity you're going to have. Now, my gorgeous Leone, when it comes to this financial opportunity that you're going to have within the next couple of days, now most certainly, oh my God, you're going to be so excited the moment in time you become aware of it. Okay, the moment in time you become aware of this financial opportunity, you are going to be so happy. And because this is the beginning of such a beautiful journey, this is the beginning of something really, really different. This is the beginning of something really, really special. You, oh my God, you have no idea. You have no idea how much your life is going to change just because of this financial opportunity. Within the next few months, you're going to realize so much about yourself, so much about your life, and most importantly, you're going to realize a lot. What do you want to do and what you don't want to do in this life? You're also going to realize what have you been missing out on, you know? And this is always good. This is always good. It means that, you know, this in itself, it's really kind of going to again play such a big part and such a big role when it comes to you really transcending, you know. And after this moment in time, this is important to transcend, because we you know, we look at things in life from a different perspective, and we need to look at things in life from a different perspective ever so often, because it shows our own personal growth, our own spiritual growth. You know, we actually change our mind about things as we go through life, you know, and it's all down to our experience and how open-minded we allow ourselves to be. The more open-minded we are, the more we are going to achieve out of this life and out of this spiritual journey. So when it comes to this financial opportunity, not only this is going to be the beginning of something really beautiful, not only this is going to be the beginning of something really special, but as well, I mean, I know it's going to sound corny, but it's going to bring this financial opportunity. Is going to be much more powerful than you can possibly imagine. This financial opportunity is bringing prosperity into your life, literally, and you are also going to be following your vision. You're going to be following your vision in life when it comes to other things you wanted to do, when it comes to other things you wanted to try, when it comes to other things you wanted to achieve. And of course that I'm looking at a bigger picture right now, but all this is going to be tremendously, tremendously connected. And by the time you get to the mid part of this week, my gorgeous Leone, you see, you're going to do something nice to somebody. You're going to be so nice to somebody. You're going to do something so nice to somebody. And that person is going to feel this. Trust me. I think how I see this, it looks like somebody's going to need some kind of help. And you're going to help that person. You're going to help somebody. And you're going to help to that, and you will be aware of this, you will be aware of this, but I'm afraid you are going to help this person more than you actually know, more than you actually realize, because this particular person is only kind of telling you half of things, if that makes sense. And only later, in like about 10 years, you're gonna find out. No, I'm joking. Only later, in like about within the next couple of months, you're gonna find out the bigger picture when it comes to this person. Nothing to worry about, nothing scary, nothing weird, nothing bizarre, you know, but it's just, there is just so much more to it. But the bottom line is that someone is gonna need your help at around the midweek, and you're most certainly going to bless your heart. You're gonna help this person with your good heart. You're gonna help this person, and whichever help this is, you know, this is actually gonna be so more beneficial for you than for that person. And I know this sounds crazy, but because of that, something very beautiful is gonna happen. Karmically, this is gonna be huge. Karmically, this is going to be so big, which means that, of course, you are helping this person, but you know what? There is so much more to it. You are helping yourself more than you're actually helping this person, because through this sacred experience, this is becoming a sacred experience, because you have no idea what an impact on this person's life you're actually going to make. You have no idea, because that's why I'm saying that this is going to actually be quite sacred experience, because you are going to gain this strength, you are going to gain this power, and you are going to gain this confidence, my gorgeous Leonie. You are going to, through this situation, by you helping this person, you know, you are instantly going to be karmically rewarded in such a way where you are going to start to have such an immense confidence, and you are going to be thinking about how you need to do something. You know, you're gonna need to resolve some kind of a problem. You're gonna need to resolve some kind of an issue. You're gonna be thinking about, you've been thinking about for a while, but you were worrying, like, if you try to resolve this personal problem, really personal issue, you were worrying if you make a first step, if you make a first move, and this is what you're gonna be reminded of. This is what's gonna be on your mind. You're gonna be thinking about this personal problem, this personal issue, but it was always putting you off the fact that, oh God, it's going to be a conflict, it's going to be a conflict, it's going to be a conflict. So all this time you were trying to avoid some kind of a conflict, and now suddenly you're going to be reminded of this. But now, through this energy, through this sacred moment, you know, through this karmic reward you're going to have, and that confidence that I already mentioned, you're already going to be able to see things from a completely different angle. When it comes to, so far you've been thinking like, oh no, I can't resolve this personal problem because I'm constantly avoiding this this conflict, and that's why you felt powerless about it for so long. This is such a beautiful moment of your personal liberation as well. So now you're gonna remember this personal problem. Now you're gonna remember this personal issue. If you didn't help this person in the first place, none of these things would happen. How crazy is this? How brilliant is this? Now you're gonna remember this, and you are really kind of going to, you know, do the right thing. You will know what the right thing is going to be, because now, and this choice that you need to make when it comes to this conflict, you know, this choice that you need to conflict, that this problem that you were avoiding because you were worrying that you are going to have this conflict. So now it is going to be crystal clear what exactly you need to do. You will be guided clearly towards this particular choice in your mind. You will be drawn towards this particular choice, which is going to be consisting of you really kind of doing the right thing, and at the same time escaping and avoiding, you know, something so unnecessary, some kind of a legal issue, some kind of a legal problem that will be so unnecessary for you at this stage of your life. Do you understand what I mean? Whatever you're gonna do, it's gonna be so wise. Not only you're gonna avoid some kind of an unnecessary conflict, but you're also going to avoid some kind of unnecessary legal issue that would be so unnecessary, that would actually come out of it. It's like, oh my God, I'm really sorry. I know this sounds quite complicated, but trust me, it is all going to make sense to you at around the mid of this week. By the time you get to the last part of this week, my gorgeous Leonie, listen, be happy, be happy that you are actually going to you are going to be having this challenge at around the end of this week. Okay, you're gonna be it's to do with a challenge that you've had for a while. I'm saying to you, be happy that you had this challenge for a while, because there is a reason for it. I know this life can be really tough. I know this life can be really hard. Nothing is ever perfect. Nothing is exactly the way we imagine it's going to be. If everything is the way we always imagine it to be, even when we are the best psychics, you know, this life would be so weird. This life would be so boring. There are always things that we cannot explain. There are always things that we cannot predict. Even the best psychic in the world wouldn't be able to predict certain things. And that's the way it is. That's the way it's always going to be. Okay, and when it comes to this challenge that you're going to be reminded of at around the end of this week, you see, something is going to happen here. It's to do with a certain message that you are going to have, and this message that you are going to have, my gorgeous Leon, it's going to remind you of this challenge that you've been going through for a while, and now suddenly, you know, you are going to have this clarity when it comes to this challenge based on that message that you are going to have. Okay, so this is going to be good message. This is going to be a very important information, very important news that you are going to have at around the end of this week. Very important information, very important news that you are going to have. It's going to make you feel really good, because it's to do with a challenge that you have been going through for a while. A very challenging situation. It's a challenge, you know, that you've been going through for a while. So now, based on this information, based on this news, you will realize you are going to have such a clarity when it comes to this challenge, and you will know exactly what to do. It's not about knowing exactly what do you need to do, but it's more about you knowing that you have got everything you need in order, now at this stage of your life, you have got everything you need in order to bring this challenge to an end. Do you understand? Based on this news, based on this message, based on this information, it is a big moment of clarity, because you are going to realize that you've got everything you need in order to finally bring this challenge to an end. So please, you know, follow your intuition, because the next step when it comes to this, it's about you making this decision and doing something very, very specific in order to bring this challenge to an end. You've got everything you need in order to do that. This is the challenge that you have been, you know, that have been affecting you for a while, but you just couldn't do anything, you know, until you're ready. Do you know what I mean? So now you will realize that you've got everything you need in order to bring this challenge to an end, in order to walk away from it. But, you know, so that's why you need to follow your intuition, because right now you're being guided by your higher self. There is no doubt about it whatsoever, because there is something really specific that you're gonna do. You're gonna make a decision, and the moment in time you make a decision to bring this to an end, there is something specific you're gonna do at that moment in time. This is like the beginning of such a beautiful turning point in your life, because one of the biggest restrictions ever are about to come to an end. You are gonna be so much happier after this moment in time, so much happier in general, and also you will have more time, you know, to do what you want to do. And this is what's important as well. You're going to have more time to do what you want to do. And there is so much that is going to start making sense to you that didn't make sense before. So now, my gorgeous Leonie, I'm just going to shuffle these tarot cards, and I'm going to see what's going to be your tarot card of the week. Let's just see what's going to be your tarotina cardina of the Vikina. My gorgeous Leonie. Let's just see what's going to be a tarot card of the week. Well, there you go. Surprise, surprise. You know, well, this doesn't surprise me whatsoever. This challenge that has been affecting you is about to come to an end. And this is going to be very successful for you. This is going to be very successful for you, my gorgeous Leonie. Look at this. A really big challenge is about to come to an end. I'm so happy for you. And this week you're also going to be thinking a lot about your diet. You're going to be focusing on your diet a lot. You're going to be thinking a lot about nutrition. You're going to be thinking a lot about vitamins and minerals. You're going to be so drawn, you know, to kind of change certain things when it comes to your diet. I mean, your diet could be absolutely perfect, don't get me wrong, but now this week you're going to have more realizations what you need to do. For example, intuitively you're again going to be guided. There are going to be all sorts of messages you are going to have. Maybe you are just suddenly going to be eating some kind of a chocolate or some kind of a cake, and now suddenly, boom, you just have this intuitive message, oh, I shouldn't do this, I shouldn't eat this, it's not good for me anymore. And this is how these things work, especially when there is such a powerful combination in between your body, mind, and spirit. You're going to be guided. You're going to have all sorts of messages, you know, certain things that you shouldn't be putting into your body and certain things you should most certainly be putting into your body. And what you're, and just, you know, just make the most of it, really. And you're also going to notice that, you know, you will be inspired by people doing fitness and things like that, and I know that some of you may not be able to, some of you are not able to exercise. I completely understand, but those of you who are able to exercise, you know, you will notice that you're gonna feel drawn towards, like, let's say you're out somewhere and now suddenly you notice this person jogging, and you've noticed this person jogging for you've seen this person so many times, but only now you're gonna notice this person. You're going to think like, I think it's time for me to start jogging, and things like that. You know, there are going to be lots of little messages that you're going to have, and go for it. Just pay attention to this, because as soon as you start doing, you know, things based on what your spirit is guiding you towards, trust me that there is a really big aspect of you that is actually going to heal as a reward, because you are paying attention to what your spirit is trying to, you know, guide you towards. Hello, my gorgeous people. I'm so excited to finally share something I've poured a lot of intention into. I've created the Ritual Mug collection, 3 absolutely beautiful mugs designed for your sacred mornings, tarot sessions and daily rituals. First up is the High Priestess Brew, which is perfect for connecting with your intuition and centering your energy before a reading. Then there is a Full Moon Fuel, a lunar inspired mug for aligning your energy with the moon's cycles. And for those powerful go-getter mornings, there is Sip Your Strength, designed to help you step into your courage and purpose. These aren't just mugs, they're intentional tools to bring energy and magic to your day. You can shop the full collection right now. Just tap the link in the description or click the card up here to explore all 3. Thanks so much for supporting what I create, and I can't wait to see which one calls to you.